we can now go over to writing our next script. For this, we are going to open our next file. This will be the LLM sender file, llm.sender.py. For sure, we also need our imports there. Import requests, import our. The import ORS is necessary for making calls to the underlying ORS, like creating a folder or something like this. Already seen this with the previous script. Import CSV from date time, import date time, import strip markdown. This we also will have to install. So we install strip markdown and .nv. Okay, I have to check out how I can get the repository. Python.nv. Yeah, I was thinking it wasn't complete. This is better. Just start with loading our .nv, and then we go over to creating our base URL for the Ragflow API. /read1/API slash user ID. This is not necessary to call it PyClient user. This name is totally choosable on your side. It's only a reference for the chat to be able to understand which message comes from the LLM and which message comes from us as a user. Now take our API key out of our environment file. The next step would be to combine both of our output files. The one for the report, which was made on the panel, the statistic data, which is referencing to the 9th of October, as well as the report data, which is referencing to the 10th of October. We add both data into one file to provide all of this information in just one file. We will use an array in which we will load our combined data. And for sure, we also will need a header to provide a description of what the specific data fields are referencing to. This will be these 4 keywords, but in case that we add or combine both files, it would be the case that we would have these keywords twice. And for those, we're working with the Boolean, which makes it possible that as soon that something is written in the header, we won't write the header once again in the file. For this, I initiated the header as an empty variable. We are now iterating through the files in the output folder. And in case our file ends with .csv, we will open it. In this case, the readable file, not as a writable. The tabulator is delimiter in this case also. And here is our header check I was talking about. So in case the header is not set yet, we will take the first line as a header and append it on the combined file. In case the header is already taken, we just go over to the next line. I forgot something I've seen. So with this, we're creating the file path specifically. For this, we will use .path.join, which looks if there's already a slash inside of the URL or in the file name. It helps us to not duplicate the slash sign. Right, and now we're just reading in the lines as long as there are lines, and append every row in our combined file. Join directory output file. In this case, we open it as a live file, so we can save or combine CSV file. CSV file. Limiting once more. Tabulator. So we now have to create our send file function in case if we are already referencing to it. Which new percentage week percentage day. Now we will create our prompt. Once more, we will use the f string for this to integrate today's date in this pre-written sentence. Don't wonder why I'm telling it that it only should write the report with a maximum length up to 800 signs. Because when I didn't use this additional information, I had the issue that the model sometimes created additional data on the end of the report. So if the report only would be 500 signs, for example, and the whole answer would be 800 signs, the LLM would decide that the last 300 words it only fills with trash data. So like Lorem Ipsum style. Uh, or if the LLM would decide that the report should be longer than these 800 signs, then it would stop in the middle of the report and just would add the etc for etc. I improved it a little bit in the last workshop because there I also had the issue that I tested it before. I was filming the workshop and it was working fine. And as soon as I tried it in terms of the workshop, I had the issue where it filled the end of the data, like it said, with trash data. And yeah, so I had to rewrite the prompt or to, yeah, not only to rewrite the prompt, but also refilm the part of the workshop because, like I said, in 9 of 10 cases it worked. So I expected it to work in the workshop also because the 9 cases I tested before the workshop worked fine, and only the 10 case while I was doing the workshop showed that it's not working all the time. So CSV file. Sure, so we use the tabulator in this case. Item, item. Date, item. So what's the issue currently? Row 8. Ah, okay, I see it. Now it's like info and my empty space. We create the URL on which we will send our question with our Moonchain data. The next step will be our headers, in which we provide our API key for authorization. Generate API token. So these raise for status we will use in case our response don't work, then we will get an exception. We take the JSON object from the response, we take the response data. So with this, we're extracting the the answer data as well as the next line or conversation ID. In conversation ID. Yeah, we are currently creating the data we to Ragflow. This stream variable we are using, so the LLM only answers as soon in case the response or its answer is fully loaded and fully created. In the other case, it would send us every token. As soon as a token is created by the LLM, we will get only the token, um, which is not how we want it. Completion, meine Güte. With this, we are once again taking the JSON object out of the response and store it in the response data. And in case the red code, which is the information on or the identifier of the LLM, which shows how it processed our request, is 0, then it worked like it was intended to process our data. And because of this, we can go on with using the response data. Print create a new output file, in this case, or JSON file. And I open it with writing permissions. Here we are working with dump and not with dumps. I'm still not fully sure what's the difference between them. So I have to figure this out. Hmm. I think I did a mistake here. Child. So it's more right, I think. Let's print. Let's write again. With this done, we only need our main script. So we will be able to test it. And with this done, we don't have any error. I hope this also is the case when running the script. Nope. Forgot to create a new conversation for output combined CSV. I was now able to figure out where the issues happened in writing the script. One issue was here in line 61. I don't know why, but I forgot to write down this line, which appends our knowledge data or the data which we already called from Moonchain data onto our prompt. So the LLM not only gets the prompt or the question, but also the data from which it should get its information or the information which it should use to answer our question. The next typo which happened was here in line 69, where I wrote authorization instead of authorization. And the last typo which happened was here in line 81 in our post data, where I didn't wrote messages, but message instead. With this done, I can now show you that the prompt I provided here is working like it should. I would now to try and run our LLM data set. Oh no, this was not intended. So here we then send the question. Additionally, here we have the daily data. When it comes to knowledge data, I would go into the Ragflow user interface soon, but at first I want to run this comment properly to see if the response is like I wanted it to be or not. In this case, oh, what a wonder, the response was like it should be.